This is the OTIDA X2. It is a full suspension dual motor electric bike that apparently can push out 3,000 watts of power. They claim it can reach speeds of 38 to 42 miles per hour. Look at me, guys! I'm keeping up with traffic! And apparently we can get 40 to 60 miles of range. So what is going on, my beautiful raspy riders? The current listing price for this 26-inch wheeled monster is gonna be $1,149. But if I have a discount link and code for you, it will be in the description below. But before you guys do anything, we gotta see how good this bike is. So let's jump to the unboxing. OTIDA electric bicycle. Conquer every peak ride with ease. Well, let's test it out on a giant hill later.
Open sesame!
Oh, sweet. We got some saddlebags. Yeah, that's really cool. Check this out, guys. That is awesome. Really cool to have. And it's got their logo on it. OTIDA. Looks like we got our box of goodies behind the tire. So let's remove this. Man, 26-inch wheels are so large. Oh yeah, this is a big boy. And we got the motor in there too. Yeah, so this is a dual motor bike and we should be able to climb up hills pretty easily. But we're gonna have to test that out. Let's move that to the side for now. And we got our box of goodies right here. Oh, you know what? This is not the box of goodies. I think this might be the battery. I'll open this up in a second. Is this our box of goodies? Yep, I've never seen it packaged like this before. We got some pedals. Oh, a phone holder. Nice. Ooh, a nice bag of tools. Reflectors. This looks like torque arms for the front motor. This is going to be used so that the front motor doesn't slip out of the front axles because there is going to be some power, you know. You want to make sure it's secured. And then this is going to be our charger. So this will charge our battery all the way up to 58.8 volts and it is a 2.8 amp charger. Now let's take a look at our battery. It feels pretty large. Got some weight to it. So the keys are going to be used to remove the battery. Oh, nice. The keys over here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a good size. This is a 52 volt 30 amp hour battery pack and the capacity is 1,560 watt hours and it looks like it can push out 60 amps of power. If the controller really does pull 60 amps at 52 volts, we should be seeing 40 miles per hour, but we're gonna have to find out. Since we have a 30 amp hour battery pack, if you divide that by 2.8 amps from the charger, it should take about almost 11 hours to charge from 0 to full. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get this battery charging and start working on this bike. It looks like for the assembly process, we gotta put on the front motor, the fender, the handlebars, the rear rack, and the pedals. Gotta put on the headlight too. So it shouldn't take too long, but I'm gonna get to work and I'll see you guys back for the specs overview. All right, guys, the OTIDA X2 is all assembled and I'm really liking the way it looks. Those gold forks are so nice and they have a nice pop of color. And I actually really do like that this e-bike still looks like a traditional regular bicycle. It looks a lot more low-key and apparently this bike can maybe reach 40 miles per hour. You gotta love fast bikes that don't look that fast. Alright, so let's jump into the specs. Starting down low, we have 180 millimeter rotors front and rear paired with hydraulic brakes, and these are going to be branded Logan. Right behind the rotor we have a 52 volt 1,500 watt motor, and remember, since this is a dual motor bike, we have an exact same one in the rear. So we should be pushing a decent amount of power with both motors going on. The listing claims we can reach 38 to 42 miles per hour, but we're gonna have to test that out on GPS later. Over here we got our 26 by 4 inch massive fat tires, and it does have some knobby tread. These things are so gigantic, it should be able to roll over anything. Above that we got some metal fenders, and then right here is gonna be our nice round headlight. This is what the headlight looks like at night. And it's actually pretty bright with a decent spread. I think you're going to be able to see everything you need to on the road. So that's me looking at the tree over there. And this is the truck's tires. So that's on, off, and off. These beautiful gold tubes over here are our suspension front forks. It looks so nice in this color. And we do have an adjustment knob over here to control our compression. This is what the front forks look like. Looks like I got about like 1.5 inches of travel. Moving on up for our handlebars, there's not really much rise to it, and they kind of look like typical mountain bike handlebars. On the left side of them, we have the ergonomical grips with the palm rest. Over here is going to be our hydraulic brake lever, and we have a little switch over here. There's a button for the lights and the horn. That's actually a very loud horn. Yeah, it's super loud. I think cars should be able to hear you with that too. It's very loud. Over here is going to be a keypad. We got the plus and minus to go up and down on the pedal assist modes. There's another light button over here, but it doesn't really do anything. Turn on the lights, you use this button. And then we got the power button and the information button. For our display, we got a nice medium-sized color display. It shows us our battery bars. Right now we got 5 out of 5 bars. We got the miles per hour and a little icon that shows if we're in rear motor mode or dual motor mode. To switch back and forth, you just hold the information button. So that's rear, and then now we're in front motor, and if I press it again, now we're using dual motor mode. Down here we got the pedal assist modes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different speed modes. And then we have our trip and our odometer, our time, our max speed, and our average speed. On the right side we have a 7-speed Shimano shifter and a half twist throttle. Moving on down to the frame, we got our battery. This is a 52 volt 30 amp hour pack, and the online listing says that we can get 40 to 60 miles with pedal assist. That actually seems very reasonable. I feel like if you're small and you're using pedal assist, you could probably get more. But you know, when you're on a bike like this and you got 2 motors and you have the ability to ride at around 40 miles per hour, I can imagine you just wanting to use a throttle the whole time, and that's gonna drain your battery faster. So if you want max range, pedal. Right behind the battery, we got our mono shock, and it does have a rating of 650 pounds. I can feel the rear shock working. It's a little on the firmer side, but I feel it working. Let's give it some CPR. Over here, we have a traditional bike saddle, and I have it at its lowest setting, but you can adjust it pretty high. It looks like the minimum insert's right there, so you can get a lot of height with this. But because I'm short, we're dropping it all the way down. The recommended rider height is going to be from 5'6" to 6'4". I'm 5'6" with a 28-inch inseam, and I am on my toes. If I do the one-legged lean, I could flat foot 1 foot on the ground. The max weight capacity of the OTIDA X2 is going to be 500 pounds. And this bike weighs approximately 96 pounds. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but not as heavy as other ones that I've tested. I can still pick it up. Coming to the rear, we got a nice rack. This is going to be very helpful if we want to add some utility to the bike. Maybe put a bag or a basket over here. At the very back, we got our tail light. That's also a brake light. This is what the tail light looks like at night. And when you squeeze the brake lever, it does get brighter. So that's squeeze, unsqueeze, squeeze, unsqueeze. And at the very bottom, we have our Shimano 20 derailleur and our 7-speed freewheel. And of course, we have another 1,500 watt motor in the rear. Let me just tilt this bike over and lift the rear wheel up so we can see how fast we can get with one motor that's floating in the air. So the bike is tilted. I'm gonna give it that throttle in mode 5. I'll tilt and throttle. It's showing a steady 40.8 miles per hour. Very nice. Alright guys, now that we've gone through all the specs, let's take this bad boy out on the road and see how it really performs. Alright y'all, we're outside on the OTIDA X2. And this is a really big bike. Because there's no rise to the handlebars, I feel like I'm in a very mountain bike style type of position. I feel a little bit leaned forward, but that's how mountain bikes and all-terrain bikes usually are. When I start moving my legs, because we're using a cadence sensor, the torque feels really peppy. And because we do have a cadence sensor, what that means that it does not matter how hard you pedal. Even if you move your legs a little slow, the motor will turn on and help you out. You can control the top end speed with the speed modes. Yeah, as soon as I move my legs, even with one motor on, the bike just wants to pull. And it pulls pretty hard, so you better be prepared for it. kind of wants to push you back a little bit. I am almost getting full extension with my knees. I definitely can get full extension if I wanted to. I would just raise the seat up a little bit, but I'm already really high off the ground, so I'm gonna keep it how it is. Taller riders will definitely like this bike. If you're shorter than me, which again, I'm 5'6", you know, it might feel a bit big for you. Let's jump up and down on the suspension. Oh, you know what? The front forks actually have more travel than I thought. I guess earlier I just wasn't putting enough pressure on them. Let me bounce up and down on the seats. Yeah, it's definitely on the firmer side, but like I said, I feel the shock compressing. So later when we go off-roading, this should perform pretty well. All right, guys, let's jump into some speed runs. This is the exciting part. All right, so I do want to point out that for all speed testing done today, we will be on dual motor mode. So I'm gonna give it some throttle right now in mode 1. Yeah, there's a good amount of pick up and go in mode 1, man. My phone GPS is showing 19-20 miles per hour, and the display is showing 19.5 miles per hour. Okay, mode 2, let's go. We're pulling, baby, we're pulling. 24 miles per hour, 23 on the bike display. Let's go to mode 3. We're seeing 29 sometimes, but mostly 28. Mode 4 is 33 miles per hour. This already feels pretty quick. Oh man. All right, so mode 4, we saw 33 miles per hour. Let's jump up to the highest speed mode now. We're gonna be in mode 5, dual motor mode. So this is gonna be our official top speed test. Let me just make it back to the big road first. All right, guys, when the light turns green, official top speed test, no tucking. And 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, come on. Let's go, baby, let's go. That's 25 miles per hour. Come on, 30. Let me see that 40. Let's go. 35. 37. Come on, come on. Oh, was it 37, 38? What if I tuck? 39. Oh man. Woo! We saw 39 miles per hour, guys. Another speed run? Let's try it out. Full tuck, let's go. 39, come on. 40, we saw 40. Oh man. I hope the camera angle caught that. But yeah, we saw 40 miles per hour for a very split second. And I weigh about 180 pounds. So that means that if you weigh less than me, or if you're just smaller and can tuck harder, you know, and make yourself like more aerodynamic, you can probably see 40 miles per hour a little longer than I did. Now let me just pull over real quick. Yeah, let's go to the phone GPS. Oh yeah, my phone GPS for some reason shows 39.7 miles per hour. Like I said, we saw 40 miles per hour on my phone GPS. For a bike this price, guys, seeing 40 miles per hour, that's pretty amazing. And surprisingly, for the size, it felt stable at the speed too. Usually the smaller 20-inch wheeled bikes that are low to the ground, they're gonna feel more stable, but this one felt just as stable. All right, so we're here at the train tracks, and this is where we're gonna do some off-road testing. We got the massive 26-inch wheeled fat tires and dual suspension. I think we're gonna do just fine. Oh, and our tires do have some knobby tread. So let's test it out. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go again. Let's go back up. Easy, and back down. All right, we got a big dip coming up. What? Oh man. Yeah, these fat tires are eating it up. 26 inches for the win. Here's some more loose dirt. Dual suspension helps pull this bike forward really easily. Yeah, and I can feel the knobby tread digging into the dirt. There's like barely any sliding around. Check out the front forks in action. Dude, 26-inch wheels is like the equivalent to like a monster truck, man. You literally roll over everything. Sometimes on that dip over there, I'll scrape my pedals against it's like the dirt, but this bike is so high up, it's not scraping anything. All right, time for the ultimate test. Let's ride on the train tracks. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we easy. Wow. Sometimes I feel myself slide out on this rocky area over here, but not with this bike. Oh yeah, I could be on here for a long time. I don't even have to stand up, to be honest, if I ride slow. Man, sometimes I wish I was taller, so these 26-inch wheeled bikes feel better on me. And taller people got it good, man. All right, guys, let's get out of here. So how did the OTIDA X2 perform off-road? Come on, man. Look at them wheels. Them dips and bumps had nothing on them 26-inch wheels. Yeah, this bike performed really well on the dirt. It's full suspension. It's got fat tires. I already knew it was gonna do really well. I'm not sure what causes this, but when I've tested other 26-inch wheeled bikes, the maneuverability of it isn't its strength because of how big it is. And sometimes I feel like it's a little harder to control off-road. But the X2 actually did really well. I wasn't really sliding around at all. Maybe that's gonna be because of the stiffer rear suspension. I'm not 100% sure what causes it, but yeah, it did really well. All right, y'all, we're heading to Signal Hill now, and that's where we're gonna do our hill test. It's the biggest hill in my area, so let's see how this bike performs. Look at me, guys. I'm keeping up with traffic. Oh snap. It's 39 miles per hour right there. The wind was behind me. I felt like if this truck wasn't in front of me, I probably could have gone 40. Wow, guys, for a bike to be keeping up with traffic like that at this price point, it's pretty incredible. Pretty dang incredible. All right, guys, we are here at Signal Hill, and right there in front of me is the tallest hill in my area. It's about a 20% grade, and it is super steep. It's not very long, but it is steep. There's a red Mazda that's about to climb it right now. Watch it go up. It's at the bottom of the base, and it's starting the climb. Look at it go. Look at it go. Look at that. It's like an ant on a wall. So usually, just for your reference, I don't take normal e-bikes up this hill because most of the time it'll either just stop and not go up, or it could even burn out the motor, which I've done before. It seems like on average, if I do take a bike up this hill, it goes up at around 8 to 10 miles per hour. We got the dual motors, each 1,500 watts, so I'm pretty sure we can make it up. But the question is, at what speed? So let's test it out. Hey guys, the actual footage of me climbing Signal Hill got lost, but we did make it up at 12 miles per hour without pedaling, which makes me confident that it can climb almost any hill. So good job, OTIDA. We're hopping on some grass right now, and this is pretty much the hilltop. Look how high we climbed, guys. Look at that. Such a beautiful day. You know, because we were able to climb all the way up here, I'm pretty sure this bike can conquer almost any hill. If for some reason it can't, don't forget, we have the 7-speed Shimano shifter too. So you can take advantage of the gears and shift down to help you pedal. But then at that point, you're probably climbing up a straight wall. But for everything else, this bike can make it up. Okay, it's time to get out of here and head to the mall. So next up, we got our brake test. I will see y'all soon to see how fast we can stop this bike. Let's just go off the curb right here because we got the giant wheels. Usually I don't go off curbs, but because we got those giant wheels, going off curbs is no problem. Oh, we're seeing 40! Woo! Oh, we saw 40, but that didn't really count because we were on a slight downhill. Man, I need to go on a diet. Maybe if I lost some weight, seeing 40 miles per hour would be easier. I could ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars. Look at me, hands in the air like it's meant to be. Oh, this bike is so stable. I could ride like this forever. All right, guys, we are here at the mall, and this is where we're gonna do our brake test. So here's the name of the game. I'm gonna leave my shoe right here to act as a marker, and we're gonna ride at around 25 miles per hour. Once we reach my shoe, I'm gonna hit the brakes and see how many car spaces it takes to come to a complete stop. And just for your reference, 1 to 2 spaces is nearly impossible, 3 to 4 is really good, 4 and 5 is average, and 6 and above means that you're gonna die, so you need to change your brakes. All right, without further ado, let's test it. All right, guys, here we go. OTIDA X2 brake test, let's go! Let's get 25, come on, and brake. Oh, that was a lot more than 25. I think we saw 27 miles per hour. Let's just see how we did anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. In between 4 and 5. A little bit more in the 5th parking space. Let me try that one more time at 25 miles per hour. All right, OTIDA X2 brake test, round 2, let's go! Come on, let me see that 25. I just gotta control it. And brake. Oh! All right, that was 26 miles per hour, I think. I just gotta control it. And brake. Oh! And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so these brakes stop just fine. And of course, guys, I do want to point out that if you switch to street tires, you'll be able to stop even better. These tires have that knobby tread that is gonna be okay on the dirt and the street, but if you really want to be sticky on the road, get those street tires. All right, so I'm gonna head back to the base, and when I get there, we'll talk about how many miles I rode, our battery percentage, and we'll go over my final thoughts. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, so we made it back, and today we rode 18 miles. On our display, we are showing 4 out of 5 battery bars. That's not gonna be super accurate, so let me check the voltage. So with our voltage meter, let's see what we get. We are reading 53.3 volts. If we go to our battery chart, 53 volts is going to be around 70%. So we still have a good amount of range in this battery. And I do want to point out that most of the time I was just using throttle only. If we pedal, we can get a lot of range with this pack. If we use the pedal assist feature and help the motor out, we can get a lot of range. So the X2 was a fun bike to get around. It performed well on a lot of my tests, but there's one con. I just want to say one con before I get into the pros. And keep in mind, guys, I am being nitpicky here. So the one con is that this seat is pretty firm. Towards the end of the 18 miles, my butt was starting to get a little bit sore. But because this uses a traditional bike saddle, it is easily swappable. But it might just be me. Maybe I don't have enough junk in the trunk or cushion for the pushing, so someone else might find that seat okay. Now for the pros. This bike's got good torque, good top speed, and it can keep up with traffic. It's full suspension, and it's a low-key design. You see what this is? It's an invisible microphone. That's me dropping it. OTIDA did a great job with the X2. All the pros about this bike is great, but when you wrap it all into that low price point of just above $1,000, great job, great job. So if you guys are interested in the X2, I might have a discount link and code for you in the description below. I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys have any comments, leave them down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!